A cold winter night in New York City, and everyone rushed past the small figure huddled against a brick wall. Sarah was only 12 years old, wearing torn clothes that barely protected her from the freezing wind. Her stomach growled as she watched people walk by with warm coffee and shopping bags, nobody stopping to look at her. She held a small cardboard sign that read, "Hungry and alone," but most people pretended she was invisible. Her parents had died in a car accident 6 months ago, and with no family to take her in, she ended up on these cruel streets. Every night she wondered if anyone in this world still cared about people like her. Her hands shook from the cold as tears froze on her cheeks. She closed her eyes and whispered a prayer, asking for just one person to show her that kindness still existed in this world. Across the street, Marcus Wellington sat in his luxury car waiting for the traffic light to change. He was one of the youngest trillionaires in America, known for his tech empire that changed the world. His assistant was talking about tomorrow's important meeting with world leaders, but Marcus wasn't listening. His eyes were fixed on the small girl across the street, shivering in the cold. Something inside his heart broke, seeing her there alone. The light turned green, but Marcus didn't move. His driver asked if everything was okay, but Marcus just opened the car door and stepped out into the cold night. His assistant tried to stop him, reminding him about security and his tight schedule, but Marcus ignored everyone. He walked straight toward Sarah, and when she opened her eyes, she saw a tall man in an expensive suit kneeling down beside her. Marcus looked into Sarah's tired eyes and asked her name. Sarah was scared at first, because strangers on the street had not always been kind to her, but something about this man's gentle voice made her feel safe. She told him her name and her story, how she lost everything and had nowhere to go. Marcus listened to every word, and tears filled his eyes. He took off his own coat and wrapped it around her small shoulders.
He told her that from this moment on, she would never be alone again. Sarah couldn't believe what she was hearing. Was this man really going to help her? Marcus picked her up gently and carried her to his car.
His assistant and driver were shocked, but Marcus didn't care what anyone thought. He had just made a decision that would change both of their lives forever. Marcus took Sarah to the best hospital in the city for a complete checkup. The doctor said she was malnourished and sick from living on the streets, but with proper care, she would recover. While Sarah rested in a comfortable hospital bed for the first time in months, Marcus made phone calls that would transform her future. He arranged for her to stay in one of his guest houses with a full-time caretaker. He enrolled her in the best private school in New York. He set up a trust fund that would take care of all her needs for life. But more importantly, he visited her every single day. He helped her with homework, took her to parks, and showed her that she mattered. Sarah slowly began to smile again. The empty look in her eyes was replaced with hope and joy. She started calling Marcus her guardian angel, but Marcus always corrected her, saying she was the one who saved him, by reminding him what truly mattered in life. You know, every single day we walk past people who need help, and we tell ourselves we're too busy or it's not our problem. But what if we stopped for just one moment? What if we chose to see the person instead of walking past them? One act of kindness can change everything. If this story touched your heart, imagine how many other stories we could create together. Subscribe to Humanity Tales Studio right now, because we share real stories of people choosing kindness over indifference, love over hatred, and hope over despair. Hit that subscribe button and join a community that believes in making the world better, one story at a time. Together, we can spread these powerful messages that remind us we're all connected. Now let's see what happened next in Sarah's incredible journey. 6 months passed, and Sarah was completely transformed. She was healthy, happy, and doing amazing in school. Her teachers said she was one of the smartest students they had ever seen. But Sarah never forgot where she came from. She asked Marcus if she could do something special, and what she proposed brought tears to his eyes. Sarah wanted to start a foundation to help other homeless children like her.
Marcus was so proud that he immediately agreed. Together, they created the Second Chance Foundation that provided shelter, education, and love to children living on the streets.
Sarah became the face of the foundation, sharing her story at events and inspiring thousands of people. News channels wanted to interview her, and her story went viral across the world. People were amazed that a young girl who had lost everything was now dedicating her life to helping others. Donations poured in from every corner of the country. Within a year, they had helped over 500 children find new homes and new hope. But the most beautiful part of this story happened on Sarah's 13th birthday. Marcus had planned a small celebration, but Sarah had a different idea. She wanted to spend her birthday on the same street corner where Marcus found her. But this time, she wanted to be the one helping others. So that night, Sarah and Marcus returned to that brick wall with bags full of warm food, blankets, and hope. They spent hours talking to homeless people, listening to their stories, and letting them know they mattered. Sarah hugged each person and told them that she understood their pain because she had lived it. She gave them information about the foundation and invited them to get help. Many people cried, not because they were sad, but because someone finally saw them as human beings. One elderly man told Sarah that she had given him a reason to keep living. A young mother with 2 kids said Sarah's kindness reminded her that good people still existed. As the night ended and they drove home, Marcus looked at Sarah and realized that saving her had actually saved him too. The story of Marcus and Sarah teaches us the most powerful lesson about being human. Money and success mean nothing if we don't use them to lift others up. Marcus had everything the world said mattered, but he felt empty inside until he chose to see Sarah's pain and do something about it. And Sarah, who had every reason to be angry at the world, chose forgiveness and purpose instead. She turned her pain into power by helping others escape the same darkness she knew. This is what real strength looks like. Choose kindness. Choose to see people. Choose to be the reason someone believes in humanity again. If Sarah's story moved your heart, then share it with everyone you know. Let this message spread like wildfire, because the world desperately needs more stories like this. Subscribe to Humanity Tales Studio for more inspiring true stories that will restore your faith in people. Leave a comment telling us about a time someone showed you kindness or when you helped someone else. Your story matters too. Together, we can create a wave of compassion that changes everything. Remember, you have the power to be someone's Marcus. You have the power to save a life just by caring. Don't waste that power. Go out and be the light in someone's darkness today.